exactly my thing. But because I have Master of Small Crafts, I can roll twice.
Do you have to accept the second result, or can you choose?
Ooh, that is a question. I will double check.
Some things do one, some things do the other.
Yeah. I think it's like number 70, somewhere around there.
I need to get in there anyway.
72. Looking at it right now.
Yeah, 72. Yeah, I can re-roll all failed pilot tests. So I'm assuming that means I need to take the second result because I'm re-rolling it.
Well, you would only re-roll if you failed in the first place.
Okay, and on the mark is not a failure.
That is exactly your modified attribute for that.
That is exactly my modified attribute. I just bought a agility upgrade, so I'm at
Right.
56 agility plus 10, 66.
Okay, so Zennith certainly certainly spies this back on the ship as Romeo literally skirts the edge of a tumbling asteroid.
Basic. Just munching chips, just watching this like with some good TV.
Probably got splattered a little bit with dust and debris.
I'll clean the child later.
And at first you are simply met with the black void, starting to wonder if maybe you'll have to turn back before you run out of fuel, or get destroyed by an asteroid. But that is about the time that a large shadow is cast over the ship. And outlined, when there are no asteroids between it and the star, outlined by a violet ring, is a massive Imperial vessel.
Alright, so I've got Common Lore Imperial Navy, Common Lore War, and then Trade Voidfarer. I'm assuming any one of these will help me identify whether this thing will shoot us out of the sky right now, or shoot us out of the void right now.
Go ahead and toss out Navy. Is Trade Voidfarer intelligence as well?
I believe so. It might be agility, because it's professions.
Right. Yeah, I think that's basic maintenance and job duties performed aboard a ship.
Yeah, it is that, definitely, but also I assume it grants you some kind of familiarity with, basic ships. But either way, I just threw it out there. So I'm rolling a Navy. I will definitely re-roll that. Because fate points. That's better.
Well, you've never seen this type of...
And I keep it.
Nice.
Fantastic. Finally, that happens.
Nice. That was a nice one.
But so, you gaze out at this violet-ringed craft, and, well, it's very large. You've never seen anything like it before, though that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It definitely seems like a war vessel of some kind. It's definitely Imperial, with the figurehead on it and everything. But do a Trade Voidfarer. That's actually pretty relevant here.
Do you know what stat it runs off of?
For this purpose, let's do Int.
Okay.
Or Perception. Yeah, do Perception.
My perception's better, so I'll take perception.
Can I roll that as well?
You can roll a regular Perception check, though you may not be able to discern as much as him.
Okay. Yeah. So that's 1 degree under. Oh, sorry, 2 degrees under. I was looking. The 24 is 2 degrees under.
Right. Okay. Yeah. This ship is very damaged. it has probably spent a lot of time here in the belt.
Sweet. That's awesome. Because that means it's probably not going to open fire on us while we take all of its stuff.
You see a lot of obvious signs of areas where there is clearly no atmosphere, areas where parts of the ship have just been straight ripped open and exposed to the void. Signs of ancient battle damage and mildly more modern asteroid and meteor impacts.
Hey, Captain, how close is it to your birthday?
That's an awfully good question. I'm not sure how you determine birthdays in universe.
Don't even get me started on the fucking dating system. We'll be here all night.
I'm just saying that I think we just found an Archaeotech Imperial war vessel that won't try to murder us. That's very, very, very old.
So anyone on the bridge can see my face just open up in this huge grin. Is that so?
You're gonna probably need void suits to get in there, but I don't think it's crazy to guess that it's the same dudes that we just found the power suit and bolter from.
Lots of dead people that won't explode on us.
I certainly hope so. Alright, why don't you chart us a path to bring the ship in there, and we'll bring a full team for it.
Okay. I do in fact have Nav Stellar, so I'm assuming that's what I use for this.
That would be a very good use of the skill, yes. Basically, let's say a successful check on that. Let's make the pilot check.
Okay, cool. That is a successful Nav Stellar check.
Okay, yeah. You do the pilot check to get the big ol' ship in here.
Fantastic.
All right.
Keeping in mind, void shields do not stop physical objects. Those asteroids don't even know you have shields.
Do we have regular shields?
Void shields are the only shields that exist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on my action list, but it's not a very high priority right now.
that's why boarding craft can get aboard. That's why missiles are awesome.
I mean, I'm assuming that we have people on the gunneries just in case. Because we've got a bunch of giant las cannons that will probably melt one of these things if we ask it to.
Perhaps not fast enough, though, and that's similar. Yeah, we can nuke an asteroid if it's heading towards Earth, but it might still kill us with the pieces.
Fair enough.
Oh, we can hope for a rocket effect.
But, yes. Did you do the check already?
Yeah, the 14 is the Nav Stellar check.
Oh, I meant the pilot check after that.
Oh.
Now that you qualified to do so.
That's a fail, but I'll use spend a fate point on it, because... And I didn't do much better.
Okay, then.
Didn't you
Great.
say you could reroll piloting checks anyway?
That's on small crafts.
craft.
Oh, you're not on a small craft.
No, the gun cutter is a small craft, but I'm trying to, like, at range navigate the actual ship from the gun cutter, is my understanding.
Yes.
I just figured he'd chart a path as he brought the cutter back in, and then we would actually fly it from here.
Would I have been able to, like, kind of help with that with the void watching while doing that? Because I have navigation stellar.
Basically, his navigation stellar check was just functionally him. You got that fate point back too.
Oh,
did.
that's
I did, in
awesome!
fact.
Oh my
5
god!
fate points. 5 fate points.
Wow.
But basically, all that nav stellar check was basically representing him successfully plotting a course well enough that his capacity for piloting a ship became relevant.
So I might be able to give a bonus to that from, like, giving better navigation. Like, something they might not have seen initially that might give him a better way to maneuver.
Okay, wait. I think we can save this on the 72 because if it's a no, will we get a +10 to maneuver through the asteroid belt with the factory class ship? It's probably too big, right?
No, the +10 is standard.
Okay, and if I get the bonus from the captain, because I know the captain gave a +10, then that is under. It's under by 4, but it's under.
I would absolutely be doing my best to help out.
Calling out commands all across the ship, micromanaging.
Yes.
And yes, that, let's see. Yeah, you would have no degrees of failure in that case. Yep, it would normally be for every degree of failure you would get dinged.
But, our ship is good, so good crew.
Yeah, in that case, you are just barely, once again, somewhat mirroring Romeo's previous barely skirting an asteroid. You narrowly avoid some, have some near misses with some pretty big space rocks that probably would have hurt.
Like how we're basically pulling an Artemis in this.
But you are able to find a position to take up beside the drifting... Space Hulk seems generous, but Space Hulk.
Alright, blow a hole so we can board.
Dude, we don't need to blow.
I think it already
those
has a
holes
hole.
alone.
Just because there's
Just
already
pick the
plenty of
one you
holes.
want.
I mean, it has landing bays, too. It was a ship.
Get ready for some Xenice.
Like, we know you like your holes, but...
I think the real thing we want to know is, the captain, like, if we can identify, in the same way that when you are firing on a ship, you can identify where the components are, assuming the ship isn't super crazy, we can try to identify what section of the ship we want to go into and look through first, and just try to get in through there, because I'm assuming there's just holes everywhere.
There are holes in a lot of places, certainly.
Those.
Well, I suspect that the first place to go then would be engineering to see if we can turn on any of the ship systems.
I mean,
Was that a terrible choice? Everyone got quiet.
no, I don't think it's a terrible
I
choice
concur. I think we should.
Unless engineering is the most shot up place, then it's probably not. Like, it's kind of a give and take of like, wherever has the most holes is probably the most damaged and probably has the least valuable stuff or working stuff. But whatever has the least holes is going to be harder to get into.
Alright, so I think we should go to engineering and see how messed up it is. And if it's messed up, we'll go to engineering. I guess we'll go to engineering first. That seems to be the best course of action.
Well, before we do that, can we get another auger array at it now that we're closer?
That is exactly what you would be required to do to locate anything on it.
Can I try to look into it too, with Void?
That's just for locating objects within stellar space.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure whether you could, like, see into the Void and, like, see into that particular open area.
Do not believe so, no.
Because it, like, says, like, what you'd be able to see. Or... information gained about such objects is only what the navigator could discover through normal observation.
Okay, yeah. So, only things you could discern from the outside normally.
Yeah, but I figured if there were holes in it, I might be able to see inside.
Well, I mean, you can toss it out and see what comes out the other end on that.
I'll try.
Possibly you could discern things that others would not be able to.
It's worth a shot.
Well, I mean, when it says discern normally, is it limited to your normal viewpoint, or can you view things from multiple angles with it?
I'm assuming that viewing things from multiple angles, just basically it eliminates things like, distance and shit.
2.1.